Hello everybody and welcome to the European semi-final preview where, yes that's right, we're finally at the semi-finals, finally at some of the good stuff. Yeah, 4 teams remain in the Champions Cup: Leinster, Northampton, Toulouse and Harlequins. Maybe a couple of those teams you wouldn't have expected to have been there at the start of the season, a couple of them probably more, if you know what I'm implying. I think the English teams have done really well to get here. I'm going to be honest, Northampton have actually done really well this season. They're sitting comfortably at top of the Prem. They've done really well in Europe. They've beaten some big teams. And yeah, Harlequins obviously in the first semi-final of the Champions Cup era. Yeah, a big thing for them. I don't think many people expected them to get the win over Bordeaux last week, and I think many people disagree with their win over Glasgow the week before. So I think that there is a lot of possibility in these games. I mean, who knows? I think that there is 2 standout favourites, but we're going to get into it. So the first game going on is tomorrow night, and that is Leinster at home, I believe they're at the Aviva, to Northampton. No, they're not. They're at Croft Park, aren't they? Completely forgot about that. They're playing at Croke Park, sorry. Yeah. So this is going to be a big game. Leinster, I mean, it's now or never, I think, for Leinster. You know, they've been runners-up twice to La Rochelle, who they knocked out in the round of 16. Or was it the quarters? They knocked out in a previous knockout round. And I think that, you know, they'll be looking at this game as they're going to make the final. Now Northampton aren't an opponent to take lightly for Leinster. As I've said, they're sitting top of the Prem comfortably. They've already had some big wins. You know, they've beaten the likes of Munster, they've beaten Toulon, they've beaten Glasgow. You know, some big teams who are doing well themselves this season have all fallen to the Saints. And I think that Northampton are going to be a challenge. This is probably the best team in the URC. Is it the best team in the URC this season? Probably. I know they're not top spot at the minute. I think that's more for the fact that we're resting players for this game, which shows how seriously Leinster are taking this tournament this year. And I think Leinster will win, but I think Northampton will give them a game. You know, I think many teams this European season have gone to Ireland to face Leinster and got absolutely thumped. I don't think Saints are getting thumped by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think that Leinster are going to push. You know, they're going to feel like their opportunity is now with La Rochelle. The team's beaten them twice out. So, yeah. Northampton will look to go to the final. Obviously, they will know if they make the final what good a chance they'll have. But they'll both know how tough this game is going to be for them. And then the other game going on, which is Sunday, you've got Toulouse at home to Harlequins. Now, similar to the Leinster Northampton, I think this game does have kind of a clear favourite, and that is the French side, Toulouse. But Harlequins are one of those teams that God knows what they're going to pull out. I think that Harlequins can, you know, they proved in the quarter-final against Bordeaux that they can match the top teams. They can put on a performance. They can score from anywhere. You know, you look at some of their players and they create and score from nothing pretty consistently. But Toulouse are the masters of that. You know, you look at some of the players, I was talking about players, Quins have got triplet, and that's what Toulouse have got. So I do think this is going to be a win for the French side, but I mean, I can see this going to a similar way to Toulouse's quarter-final against Exeter, where for a long time the English side held on, and then there was about a 10-minute period where Toulouse scored like 3 or 4 tries and just put the game to bed. I can see that happening this game. I'm going to be honest, I can see Quins holding on, and at some point Toulouse are just going to flick on and going to score several and put the game to bed. But then again, Quins are also able to do that, scoring 2 or 3 tries in the space of 10 minutes. So I think this game's going to be high scoring. I do. I think the Leinster-Northampton might be slightly lower scoring. I mean, both of those teams can score, but I can see it being more of a grudgy type game. I think this game, if you want an entertaining game, I'd rather watch the Toulouse Harlequins, if I'm going to be honest. I think it has the potential to be, you know, a very entertaining, very high scoring, fast flowing game. As I've said though, I think Toulouse are going to win. That means I do think that we will have a final of Leinster versus Toulouse, another French opponent in the final for Leinster. But of course, you can never count Northampton and Quins out. And that is my thoughts on the semi-finals. Let me know your thoughts, your predictions, what you think is going to go on. Yeah, I can't wait for them. Thank you very much for watching. Challenge 1 will be up in an hour or so, so make sure you check that one out. And yeah, I shall see you later.